South of Midnight challenges gender norms in the most gentle of ways.
Welcome to Confetti Investigates, your weekly investigation into all things queer and nerdy, right here on Gayming TV.
We've all heard the saying, boys don't cry. And what a sad saying that is. In chapter 7 of South of Midnight, we are introduced to Laurent, who's a bar owner and Hazel's mother's ex-boyfriend. After a brief exchange, Hazel witnesses Laurent's rougarou form and begins on a journey that reveals Laurent's past and why he is the way that he is. When Laurent was a child, his mother was ill and his father worked very hard for a tyrant factory owner. Of course, overworked and underpaid his workers. Laurent's mother's illness was actually very treatable, but because his father was paid in company script and not regular currency, they couldn't afford a doctor. To deal with his frustration, Laurent's father often physically abused him when he was a child. The goal was to make him more of a man, and it constantly berated him, telling him that boys don't cry. Their role was to provide and to never show weakness. So Laurent stifled his feelings until one day when his father was killed in front of him by his tyrant boss. Witnessing his father being killed right in front of him, Laurent's inner feelings burst from him, turning him into a rougarou. And all of the anger, the sadness, the grief, and the pain that he experienced as a child, Laurent carried that into his adult life, which affected all of his relationships, including the one with Hazel's mom, and ultimately led to them breaking up. Now, y'all know Japan has some really good snacks, and while I have personally not been to Japan, I like to get all my Japanese snacks from Sugoi Mart. Now, this is a Kit Kat variety pack. This is the perfect way for you to try all of the different varieties of Kit Kats that Japan has. Now, there are a variety of flavors in here, but my personal favorites are milk tea and, surprisingly, the lime. Now, there's 10 to 20 different flavors depending on the season, but my favorite part is this reusable cooler bag. The really awesome part is this reusable cooler bag, and yes, it keeps your items cool. Thank you, Sugoi Mart, for sponsoring this video. Hazel, and by extension her mother, showing Laurent empathy, put him on the path to start dealing with his trauma. The whole boys don't cry thing is nothing but toxic masculinity that feeds into stereotypical gender roles. To cut yourself off from feminine emotions and vulnerability is a detriment to your growth. And we have a lot of people who are hurting and in pain because they've been raised up in this form of stereotypical gender role. Cutting out feminine traits doesn't make you strong. It actually creates a cut that bleeds onto everybody, which only creates more pain. South of Midnight exemplifies that you must sit and process your emotions healthily, that it is okay to show compassion and empathy and vulnerability.